machiegni e Otit Mach TV.
Asewinjo theories mang'eny kaluwore gi lweny madhi mbele kata lweny makoro chakore kendo e kind Okuyu gi Luo ma kinde ni eri kata wang'ni otere online kaluwore gi weche mag siasa. King'iyo matut kata king'iyo Kenya kaeri sani, Okuyu gi Luo jopiny ma kawaida onge gi wasigu moro amora kata onge gi tabu moro amora e kindgi owuon. Makade bed ni nitiere tabu moro amora to nyaka sani eri nyi Okuyu ma onyuom e Luo sani eri dikoro onge kata achiel, kata Okuyu mokawo nyi Luo sani eri dikoro onge kata achiel. Mak mana ni magi eki gin mana narratives mabedo created gi josiasa ka ging'eyo maber ni kinde ma ging'iso ni nitiere wasigu ei communities ariyo gi eki, kong'eyore ni gin e communities man gi teko maduong' e Kenya kaeri kata communities ma yore mag siasa gimako matek to gi nyalo rule. Kinde moko jongere kata jok mong'e dho ngere wacho ga ni divide and rule. Chieng' ma joluo gi Kikuyu biro biro gi duol achiel mabede duol achiel kata mawinjre, to josiasa mang'eny karia gidhi rumo kata onge josiasa madhi bedo gi karia kaluwore gi yo moro amora. Theories osewuok mang'eny makelo kata temo wacho wasigu mana kind Luo gi Okuyu ni eri, ma nyaka sani ok wang'e ni mane mwa believe kata mane ma wanyalo kete itwa mwa yie godo ni en adiera. Kata in kama intiere noero, ang'eyo ni nitiere theories misewinjo, to nitiere videos madwa ni mondo atang'ni ka, kata moko kuom video madwa ni mondo atang'ni ta winje pachi kata winje gimiyango kaluwore gi weche ma jogo wacho kata kaluwore gi gima nie pachi nyaka sani eri. Achiel kuom theories masewinjo en ni kinde ukoloni ne nitiere jaluo mane iluongo ni Ofafa manonegi gi wazunge, to gimomiyo nonege en ni joluo gi jo Kikuyu ne nitiere kamoro achiel kata ne wuoyo gi duol achiel kinde no ero, kendo maeri nomiyo mkoloni noluor ni ji ariyo gi kaka noriwre no ero ne nyalo bedo pek kuomgi kata ne kelo negi threat. Kaluwore mane gin godo ni eri nomiyo magi nego Fafa, bang'e gidhi gwenge ma Mombasa to gi circulate leaflets kata gindiko tese ka gi circulate ni jo Kikuyu ema nonego Ofafa no ero, kamano ero ema nokelo wasigu e kindgi kata emomiyo gibedo gi wasigu. Theory mar ariyo masewinjo en ni bang' Jaramogi Oginga Odinga wene Jomo Kenyatta teko, nochopo kama koro nonego beni Jomo Kenyatta duoko telo e lwet nochopo kama koro Jomo Kenyatta nonego beni duoko telo e lwet Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Mak mani kong'eyore ni telo mit kata kinde duto ng'ato kosedonjo e telo to mondo wuogi tek, Jomo Kenyatta ne dwaro ni mondo telo dong' e lwet Okuyu. Kama eri nomiyo neno ni yo mane nitiere kende kata yo mano nyalo retain godo teko no kende ne en mar neno yo ma ji ariyo gi kipogore godo kata Luo gi Kikuyu ne pogore godo mondo mi gibed gi excuse mar retain power kata excuse mar dong' gi power no ero. Theories ng'eny kata theories ma ji ni godo opogore opogore. Ka in gi theory mopogore misewinjo tinyalo nyisowa e comment section kanyo ero, kata inyalo yangonwa e comment section kanyo ero mondo wawinji kata mondo wang'e madhi mbele e kinde ji ariyo gi. Ka sani kendo giyawo lweny e kor mbui. Ka gima kelo lweny ni eri mokwongo en ni kinde ni eri piny Kaluo koro wuok kendo ng'eny gi yango ni nyalo support William Ruto kochopo 2027. Okuyu wigi wil ni kinde mane gi support William Ruto kata kinde mane gigone William Ruto ombulu, wan kata jo piny Kaluo ne onge kodgi gi shida moro amora kata ne oko gone gi koko e yo moro amora. Masani eri dhier ma piny ni godo ni koro igi wang' kendo gin masani eri koro gin gi ich wang' gi piny Kaluo kinde ma William Ruto wuotho kata kinde ma William Ruto nitiere gwenge ma Nyanza kaeri. Koro kapok amiyi video kata kapok ayango ni video madani mondo amiyi kendo awinje pachi gi eki, adani mondo arwaki jaera mar Otit Mach. Ka in wendo kik wiyi wil mok subscribe, ka in kodwa kaeri pile idio like button ne wenwa pachi e comment section. Ahinya like button ero kik wiyi wil mok idiyo kaluwore ni ema miyo YouTube choronwa video ne onagi mang'eny. Ka in wendo kik wiyi wil mok subscribe. Koro adani mondo amiyi video mopogore opogore, gin video madhi 4 mar ji mopogore opogore. Inegi nyaka giko. Takwayo winjo pachi e comment section kaluwore gi lweny kata koko madhi mbele e kind dhot mar Okuyu gi dhot mar Onagi e kor mbui kinde ni eri.
I'm going to do this video for two communities in Kenya, the LUO community and the Kikuyu community. If you're very keen, you have to realize that there's a script that is being implemented in Kenya right now by the political class. This is a very well orchestrated script and narrative that is being built to whip tribal emotions. So they are going to make the Kikuyu community feel like they're victims, like they're hated by a particular community, or they're victims of circumstances, victims of, say, bad rulership. So when that is built in the Kikuyu community, they cocoon together, their tribal emotions are whipped. So they react out of that, like the need to protect themselves. When they cocoon together, they don't reason. They're sort of feeling the need to protect themselves. They don't even analyze leaders. No one hates the Kikuyus in this country. Actually, there's no one community in Kenya that hates another community. None. Anytime tribal emotions are whipped in this country, they're actually benefiting the political elite. When you look at social media right now, paid bloggers, influencers, they're whipping emotions, political emotions. So the LUOs are made to feel like they need to defend themselves against something, some narratives. The LUOs do not need to defend themselves against anything. No one hates the LUOs. No one is judging the LUOs for that matter. Actually, the factual truth is that no community hates in another community. We suffer together. We suffer from bad leadership together. People with pay slips come from across communities. When we have excess taxation, we all suffer. When the health system is not working, we all suffer. So I'm warning Kenyans to be very keen on these scripts. Maybe it's because I'm in the political circles and I am knowledgeable to understand these things. But every Kenyan has to wake up and realize what's happening. We succeeded in 2024 because we tagged ourselves as tribalists. And that was a very dangerous statement for the ruling class. When you say tribalists, the political elite shiver. They shake. Because when you're one, you're likely to achieve so much. But when we start grouping in tribal blocks, the beneficiary is the political elite. We have to start being factual, look at issues as issues, and stop grouping ourselves as in tribal groups. We have to realize we are one. That is the only way we can bring change in this country. So please, my Kikuyu brothers and sisters, you're not victims of anything. The entire country is actually a victim of bad leadership. And LUOs, you don't have to feel like you have to defend yourself because your so-called leaders have made particular decisions. If they made those decisions, they made them for themselves. They don't make those decisions for the community. You have to realize that. When politicians make those decisions are for personal benefits for their cronies and their families, not for the community. So you must look at yourself as a Kenyan.
Yani, Mkalenjin ndio president, lakini zile tribes zenye zinapigana, Wajaluo na Wakikuyu. Reason, kuna tribe moja inasema KBB, ingine inasema Wanda. Shida ni gani? Hao wenye wanasema Wanda, hao ndio walipigia Ruto kura. 2 years down the line, kwa sababu Ruto alimpeach Gachagua, sasa wanaanza kusema hao watu wa 10 bila break Wajaluo wenye Raila ameingia kwa serikali na wanafaidika. Actually, kuna projects zenye zinaonekana Nyanza mpaka SGR nasikia inapitia huko ikienda mpaka Uganda. So hiyo community yenye mnatusi mkisema hawajatairiwa au wako na reason ya kusema Ruto anawafanyia kazi. Nyinyi wenye mnakasirika kwa sababu Gachagua alimpichiwa, nyinyi ndio mliweka President Ruto hapo. Wacheni kukasirika mkisema wale wengine ni wajinga. Wacha 2027 ifike, nyinyi mpige kura according kwa vile kingmaker wenyu Gachagua atawaambia. Wacheni kutusiana na mimi nijipate tena nikienda maandamano, nikijiita tribeless, nikijiita leaderless, na the same people wenye walikuwa wanajiita hivyo tukikula tear gas nao, na ndio wanatukanana saa hii kwa sababu ya wanasiasa, kwa sababu ya Gachagua, kwa sababu ya Ruto, au wenye walikuwa wanatumana tear gas tupigwe town, kwa sababu ya Kindiki, kwa sababu ya Raila, mtu mwenye alikuja akasabotage vifo zenye the lives we lost in town. Almost 68 people were killed tukijiita hapa leaderless. Alafu saa hii weekend yenye tulikuwa tunasherehekea na familia zetu, watu wanaanza kutukanana, wewe ni Mkikuyu, wewe ni Mjaluo, ati tribe ifai ilale nje juu ya 500. Hao watu wenye walienda Homa Bay wakalala nje, wako na tofauti gani na wale wenye Wakikuyu wenye walitoka Central saa 9 wakaenda Kasarani kutuwekea kasongo hapo wakicelebrate? Kuna tofauti gani? Gachagua mwenyewe ako on record akisema ati sasa ati juu nyinyi Wakikuyu mmechukua serikali, mtakuwa mnakula mchele na nyama. Guys, tribalism has no place in this country. Please. And we are clever enough. Hii generation yetu, we are clever enough kujaribu kuturudisha mambo za tribalism. Na 2027 tukiendelea hivi, watu watapigana kwa sababu ya wanasiasa, na sisi ndio tutaumia. Tuacheni ujinga. Mimi nimeamua. Mimi maandamano mengine siendi. I'm not fighting for anyone. Simeamua Jaluo kae kivyao, Wakikuyu kae kivyao, sisi Waluo acha tukae kivyetu. Kama hivi ndio sasa nyinyi mnataka kufanya. But tribalism has no place in this country.
I'll give you a practical example of how, when we say that the more things change, the more they remain the same, and that the only thing that we do not learn from history is that many times we learn nothing. You know, Kikuyus and LUOs, first classic practical example. We know that Jaramogi Odinga was handed over power, but there is a reason why he said, wacha kwanza Kenyatta achukue. He must have read maybe the deceit thereof, and then he said, I don't want to be a part of this deceit. Let me see how it plays, and then I can take over. Okay? So Jaramogi gave power to Kenyatta, and then it was supposed for a period of time, and then give it back to the LUOs. Now, to make sure that power has not gone back to the Nyanza people, there was created a disconnect, an non-existence enmity. Kikuyu since then up to now have believed that LUOs are their problem. They fight a battle, they have no idea what they are fighting for. But in real sense, Kikuyus and LUOs have nothing to fight about apart from the lie. Now, the same lie has repeated itself now between Kikuyus and Somalis. There is a Somali there who is being made to believe that Kikuyu is their problem, and they are believing it. Unaona, yetu huyu mtu ameishi kufanya biashara na Wakikuyu. Now because of politics wanaambiwa nyinyi shida yenu hii nchi ni Wakikuyu. How are Kikuyus your problem when your very own leaders are your own problem? Look at the money that is allocated to them, the special program money of hardship places. They squander. This is the money that they are driving the 4x4 Zuku and buying big homes everywhere, and then they make you believe that Kikuyus are your problem. And so instead of you fighting for your region, you start now fighting Kikuyus instead of taking your battle where it's necessary. That is why I'm telling you, we need a mind shift of how we are fighting this war, because the more things are changing, the more they are remaining the same, and the more we are repeating those old mistakes. Meaning we will just fight ghosts and never change anything substantial or significant in this country. It's time we engage this, not this.
Grand rising. I want to teach you something that you do not know. Mount Kenya is where the sun rises, the east. And Lake Victoria is where the sun sets. And that is the west. Mnanisikia? And one thing that you do not know is the power from east and power from west is power of man and woman, sun and water, male and female. Sun ikirise, mwanaume anapataga erections naturally. Mwanamke akizaa maji ndio inatobokanga ya kwanza. So I want to teach you this. Take this from me. na kama haingiani na wewe achana nayo. Mount Kenya and Lake Victoria. Mount Kenya is a sacred place and Lake Victoria is a sacred place. Why? That is why they named Mount Kenya Mount Zion, and Lake Victoria is the pride of us from one wonders of the world inaitwa River Nile. Ata culture aliimbiaga wonders of the world, the great River Nile is found there in Africa. Source ni Lake Victoria, Grand Rising. Na ndio maana mnaonanga Mjaluo ameoana na Mkikuyu wanakuanga na a lot of power. A lot. Na ndio again mnaonanga katikati ya Mjaluo na Mkikuyu kuna letwa gap yenye julikani inatokaga wapi, because power lies in there. Niwaambie siri na niko ndani ya tempo saa hii. Msikue mafala.